Welcome to this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as I'm reviewing Monday Night Raw from February 10th, 2025 in Nashville, Tennessee. And guys, please make sure you hit me up in the comments to answer questions throughout this WWE show review and let me know what you guys think of my grades for every match here on this Monday Night Raw. And guys, the show would be kicked off with main event Jey Uso as the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner had the crowd going yeeting out of their seats before he was attacked by the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther as he comes out to end all this yeeting and beats down Jey Uso, sending a huge statement. But before he walked away, we would see Jey Uso grab the mic and he would challenge Gunther in the main event at WrestleMania. As Jey Uso has made his choice, he will challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event at WrestleMania 41. And what a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. Guys, do you think Jey Uso made the right choice picking Gunther as his challenger for the main event in WrestleMania 41 as he will go after the World Heavyweight Championship now as he's picked Gunther here on Monday Night Raw? Let me know what you think in the comments. And what a heck of a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. I definitely think Jey Uso picked the right opponent, and I can't wait to see this storyline and this match at the main event at WrestleMania against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And next on Monday Night Raw, we would see a backstage interview with the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley as she would apologize for her actions to her friend Io Sky, costing her qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber last week against Liv Morgan. And that's what she would be asked in this interview before she was interrupted by Damage Control's Dakota Kai and Io Sky as Sky confronts Rhea Ripley and tells her that she cost her shot at WrestleMania and she'll be coming for her. And then next up on Monday Night Raw, guys, we'd have our first match of the evening as we would see a women's tag team match as we would see the team of Damage Control taking on the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And guys, we'd have one hell of a match here to kick off Monday Night Raw, the first match of the night, as these two tag teams really tore it up inside the square circle as all four women really showed off their athleticism and competitive in this match. And we would see Damage Control get the upset victory over Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of Judgment Day, the #1 contenders for the women's tag team championships. And because of this victory, now Damage Control has possibly put themselves right in for a spot for those women tag team championships with this win over Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And guys, I gotta give this match a grade of a B. Definitely one hell of a match to kick off Monday Night Raw for the first match of the evening, and Damage Control looks to put themselves near the top of the women's tag team division after this big upset victory. Then guys, next up on Monday Night Raw, we would see a flashback to the attack from Kevin Owens last week on Sami Zayn, a brutal attack that Kevin Owens tried to pretty much explain on Friday Night SmackDown, saying that he's coming for Sami Zayn, calling him a horrible human being, a terrible friend, and a disgusting person. Then guys, next up on Raw, we would see our next match of the evening as we would see an Elimination Chamber qualifying match in the women's division as we would see Bayley go one-on-one with the Women's Intercontinental Champion Lila Valkyria. And guys, we've seen an epic back and forth matchup here, and we see Bayley picks up the victory here and she qualifies for the Women's Elimination Chamber match with this win. And guys, I have to give this match a grade of an A. I definitely thought this was probably one of the best matches of the night here on Monday Night Raw, and this is the first time Bayley and Valkyria have competed in the ring with one another, and it was one hell of a match, and I can't wait for the next one as I give this match the grade of an A. Then guys, next up here on Monday Night Raw, we would see backstage Lyra Valkyria runs into Alpha Academy, who is trying to console her and make sure she's okay, looking out for their friend, when she is confronted by Ivy Nile of American Made with the Creed brothers by her side. It looks like Ivy Nile is going for that Women's Intercontinental Championship around the waist of Valkyria, but Valkyria doesn't back down from Ivy Nile, getting in her grill, and man, it looks like we're on our way to seeing these two women go at it one-on-one for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. Then guys, next up here on Monday Night Raw, we would see a video message from Penta to Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne. As we seen last week, Penta was beat up and attacked by Kaiser after their matchup when Pete Dunne came out, I think, to confront Penta, but ended up helping out Kaiser in the end of it all. And then we would see an interview with Ludwig Kaiser, who would be talking about that when he's interrupted by Pete Dunne, telling Kaiser to stay out of his business, with Ludwig putting his hands up and saying, hey, all right, man, do your thing. But it looks like Kaiser sends a big message to Penta and anybody else who wants to get in his way. When you mess with Ludwig Kaiser, he puts you on the shelf, is what he says. Next, we would see the return of the phenomenal AJ Styles as he comes back to the WWE, and the newest member of the Monday Night Raw roster is pumped up and ready to be back here in the ring after being out with an injury over 4 months. He came back not only to prove to the WWE Universe, but to himself that he has a lot to give and a lot left in the tank. But then he would be interrupted by the Judgment Day's Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Carlito, as Dominic comes out to disrespect AJ Styles, telling him that the Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw, so he better watch his back. But AJ Styles would give a little credit to Dominic Mysterio, telling him that he's been impressed with the strides that Dominic's been able to make here on the Monday Night roster over the last few years. But then he would ask, oh, hey, speaking of Judgment Day, where's Damian Priest? Where's Rhea Ripley? Because all I see here is still Rey Mysterio's bastard son. Oh man, what a disrespectful comment that leads to a jump and attack by Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. But AJ Styles would be able to overcome the odds and the 2-on-1 attack as he sends a big message to Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Carlito, fighting them off. And then later on backstage, he would ask General Manager Adam Pearce for a match against Dominic Mysterio next week on Monday Night Raw, and it would be made official, as we will see AJ Styles go one-on-one with Dirty Dominic Mysterio next week on Monday Night Raw. And then next after this, guys, we would see an interview with Seth freaking Rollins, who is pumped up about the Elimination Chamber, and he knows that this is his path to WrestleMania, to getting to the main event. And now everybody knows that it's Cody Rhodes' WWE Championship that will be challenged by whoever wins the Elimination Chamber match after Jey Uso picked Gunther and the World Heavyweight Championship to challenge in the main event at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. And Seth Rollins would be confronted and interrupted in this interview by his opponent next week, Finn Balor, who comes out to tell Seth, hey, don't get ahead of yourself because you still got a match against me in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match on Monday Night Raw next week, and I plan on beating you because look at this Seth Rollins that we see before us. He's been beat. Definitely he's not like he used to be, and I think I definitely caught you off your game, son. And that's when Seth Rollins would clap right back to Finn Balor going, you really think that? Well, you're gonna find out next week after I stomp you and I make it to the Elimination Chamber and win that to go all the way to WrestleMania. Well, after that interview, I asked you guys, who do you think will win next week on Monday Night Raw to qualify for the Elimination Chamber? Seth Rollins or Finn Balor? Let me know in the comments. And next on Monday Night Raw, we would see a World Tag Team title match, as we would see the champions Eric and Ibar, the War Raiders, take on the team of American-made, the Creed brothers, as Brutus and Julius would put up one hell of a fight in this epic tag team match. But the War Raiders would get the victory by DQ after the Creed brothers brought in the World Tag Team titles and used them as weapons, knocking out the War Raiders and sending a huge statement to the World Tag Team champions that they're coming for them, even though the War Raiders get the victory here by disqualification. And guys, as far as a grade for this matchup, I'm giving it a C. It's the first time we've seen the Creed brothers of American-made take on the War Raiders in the ring at the same time, but I can't wait to see another matchup between these two teams because I really do think there's room to grow here, and I love the team of American-made. I really do think the Creed brothers have a chance of putting themselves in contention for the World Tag Team titles once again. Next up, backstage, we would see the Judgment Day locker room where Finn Balor is confronting Dirty Dominic Mysterio, telling him that AJ Styles just made him look like a fool out there. And we would see Dominic clap right back, telling Finn Balor, maybe you're the one who's a fool because you didn't come help out me and Carlito. But that's okay. I'll take care of AJ Styles next week. But hey, how about adding another member here to the Judgment Day? Things have been pretty thin since JD's been hurt. But Finn Balor does not like this idea as he confronts Dominic before Liv Morgan has to split these two up and remind them that, hey, we still have a match for the women's WWE Tag Team titles, and you need to focus on your match for the Elimination Chamber next week against Seth Rollins. So let's get on the same page here, guys. Man, guys, I gotta ask you, do you think the Judgment Judgment Day is about to split up? Let me know in the comments, as it looks like we're starting to see many cracks in this faction. Then guys, next up on Monday Night Raw, we would see the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley as she comes to find Io Sky of Damage Control and lets her friend know that she talked to General Manager Adam Pearce and she's made it official. The Monday Night Raw after Elimination Chamber, we will see Io Sky get an opportunity at the Women's World Championship as she'll go one-on-one with Rhea Ripley. What a match, and I can't wait to see that one coming up in just a few weeks on Monday Night Raw. Then guys, next up we would see CM Punk as the best in the world would come out to the ring, not only to tell John Cena that he's coming for him, he sees him in the Elimination Chamber and plans on kicking his ass, but he also plans on beating everybody else's butt that gets inside that Elimination Chamber, whether it's Drew McIntyre, who he's already beaten in a Hell in a Cell, or Seth Rollins, who still needs to qualify, or whoever else who makes it in when he would be interrupted by Logan Paul, who comes out talking trash to CM Punk, saying, it's pretty messed up that you talk trash about Kevin Owens and he lost to me in a match when, guess what? I eliminated you from the Royal Rumble, didn't I? I crushed your dreams of main event in WrestleMania, and I plan on doing the same after I take out Rey Mysterio tonight and qualify for the Elimination Chamber and beat you and everybody else in that chamber match to go main event WrestleMania. And CM Punk would say, hey, cool your britches there, boy. And hey, don't you think that this is a bit of a boo from everybody, as everyone let him hear it, guys? And that would be CM Punk telling him, oh, doesn't this sound like Dirty Dominic Mysterio? And he says, you got to get past the 619 first before you can look ahead at Elimination Chamber. But if you do qualify, I'll say congratulations and happily take your ass out at the Elimination Chamber. And guys, next up, we would have our main event of the evening, as we would see Rey Mysterio, the WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. 619, take on the Maverick Logan Paul. And guys, this will be an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, as we would see Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul put on one hell of a show, but Logan Paul would get the victory in this one over the WWE legend and Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, as he qualifies for the Elimination Chamber with this victory. And Logan Paul definitely looked impressive once again. And guys, I gotta give a grade of this match as an A. I really thought seeing Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul in the ring once again was just epic. And guys, you gotta give credit where credit is due. Logan Paul is looking like a very competitive superstar here for this WWE Monday Night Raw roster, and I definitely think he's got a shot at winning the Elimination Chamber and main eventing WrestleMania. And we'll have to wait and see who can win the Elimination Chamber, as they will be facing Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, whoever wins that Elimination Chamber match. And guys, this has been your WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. I gotta ask you guys one last question before we go. Do you guys think that Logan Paul has a chance at winning the Elimination Chamber match? Let me know in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. Please don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and answer the questions throughout this WWE show review. And guys, make sure you check out more of my content on my YouTube channel, Tim Reynolds Show, this badass sports entertainment, football loving, sports loving channel. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you, wrestling fans. Thank you, WWE Universe. Peace out, everybody, and have a great day.